This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons, like Chris, Craig Marshall, Bellafrey Dragontooth, Clinway, Metalligo Phaleon, Amara May, Adam James, Dan Wilkerson, Christoph Haas, Centra, Amy Veras, Infinitron, Casey Schaefer, Alex Baus, and Omegacat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon episode 51. I'm Lukile Bravestone, and today I'm joined by Orange Caramel, Yazz and Maela Vanadar. Woo! Today we're going to talk about the big thing. We can finally talk about spoilers. So we're going to cover like most of Stormblood today. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the recent patch 4.01. I'm going to talk a little bit about the fact that some non-North American players are struggling with the North American data centers, and Letter from the Producer Live Part 37 is coming up, and we now have a date for that. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Now, if you're, I hope I've updated the overlay. I have. If you look at the bottom there, we have some sad news. This is Orange's last episode of Speakers of Eidolon for now. Orange is taking a break from 14 and the podcast. So make sure to send him some love today. For once.
What kind of name is Orange Caramel anyway?
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is Orange Caramel anyway?
I'd be lucky we only got those ones.
Okay, other than that, channel updates. Remnants of a Realm has released. Secrets. Okay, Secrets was supposed to be posted tomorrow. I'm not going to be home tomorrow, so it has to be on Monday. So look forward to that. I'm gonna look at and analyze the 1.0 opening movie, whatever it is. It recently became relevant again, so look forward to that. And then we have to talk about something not 14 related directly, but something that's been a bit of a hassle. Final Fantasy 15: A New Empire.
Oh, do we have to?
We have to. There's it's kind of like a disease that's been spreading. I mean, there's a big chance that before watching this episode, you were served an ad for this game, and we, like most other 14 content creators, were offered some money to promote this game. And I spent like just a few seconds looking at the trailer, and I was, no, there is no way I'm putting this on my channel. This is not happening. Yeah, I think I said something. I tried to be polite because I mean there's a company behind it that promoted it, and I don't want to get on bad terms with them, but I think I just said something like, we don't have time to make it, which is bullshit, but still. So if I just want to send out a warning, don't download that game. It's a scam.
I was gonna say it's a scam.
Yeah.
It's not even like a thing.
Yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy anything in it, I should say. Okay, and then there's the writers, proofreaders, and moderators thing. Probably should address that. I put in the recent Remnants episode, I promoted the need for writers and proofreaders and moderators. I don't know why I did that, because we still haven't like figured out exactly how this is gonna work. I'm putting that in a Remnants episode. That meant we got a lot of emails and DMs. So if you're a writer and you've sent us a message, an email, or something like that, and you haven't gotten a response yet, after this episode, I'm gonna start replying to them. But basically, I need to explain what it's for. So the initial idea was that because we have a website that we barely ever update. So the idea was to actually start using that website to post like news articles, remnants of a realm in written forms of like secrets of a realm, and future episodes. And proofreaders to read through our scripts. And of course, we also had like a news desk so people can gather news stories for us to use on the podcast, so we can actually point people to our website to read more about the topics that we are covering in the podcast. That was the original idea. Now, how this is going to work in practice is still being worked out. So bear with us. Yeah. We're gonna solve this somehow. But if you're still interested, we still need moderators. The moderators part, we don't really get that many emails about that. So if you're interested to be a moderator, please send an email or on a DM on Discord. Okay, that's that. Patch 4.01 finally released, and with it came Omega, which we are going to cover later, so we're not going to talk about that now. We're going to talk about all the other stuff. Yellow scripts were added. I don't know. In the previous,
so much money off materia. Why?
We thought it was going to be out on Thursday, but that doesn't make sense because it's not capped. So obviously they could just release it whenever.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the yellow scripts yet. Are they worth getting?
Depends on what you want.
Are they?
I mean,
yeah.
It made crafting and gathering materia extremely easy to get.
Oh, really?
So, you know, like I was transmuting materia, and I would get some awesome gathering and crafting materials. I'd sell them for like $1 mil a pop. The day yellow scripts came out, it was down to like 250K.
Oh,
and it's probably even further down now. So yeah, it made that stuff really easy to get. I didn't look too far into it. I don't know if there's gear. I'm assuming there is some basic gear there as well.
I would assume so.
Crafting and gathering gear, obviously. It seems pretty simple. It's definitely way closer to blue scripts than it is to red scripts.
So it's like an in-between almost?
Probably, yeah.
But what happened? So I'm a little bit confused because red scripts are still in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we now have 2 uncapped crafting currencies.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because crafting is horrible.
Red scripts are entirely useless too.
Yeah.
They want you to farm the other ones for some certain items in it's like maybe a casual and hardcore tombstones. I don't know.
Do we have any crafters in chat, by the way? Just please let us know. Yeah.
I would say that, but I don't think the yellow scripts are actually like hardcore to get at all. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you can get yellow scripts. Maybe you can't. I thought you could get them through leveling, like handing in some of your collectibles while leveling. That might be red, though. I might be wrong. Right. So, if anybody can,
I haven't taken a look.
I
can say.
Oh, okay. Red scripts are all pre-70 stuff. So I guess that would be the reason why red scripts are right.
Okay. So red scripts are Heavensward content.
But why just an entire tombstone scripts just for pre-70? Isn't that too much?
Well, they did that. They did that with 50 to 60. You got blue scripts, I think, after like level 50 something, like 53 or something.
But blue scripts are also useful for level 60.
But blue scripts are gone, right? They're just you can't use them anymore.
Yeah, you trade them in for red scripts now.
Yeah, blue scripts were useful for like the lore books, folklore books and stuff.
Right, yeah.
I also read somewhere that yellow scripts is the new artifact gear for crafters and gatherers. Is that correct? Yeah. So
just like blue scripts were in Heavensward.
Yeah.
Just wait until we get our version of the Ironworks ones again.
Yeah. I liked the look of that gear though. It was pretty cool.
So do I, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so the big one. No, this isn't the big one. This isn't big at all. The guild awarded to players upon delivery of collectibles to Rowena's House of Splendors has been increased.
Dude, that's huge. That's the best thing I've ever.
Stormblood,
finally.
congratulations. I don't know how much it is, but hey, money. You can earn back what you. No, you probably cannot earn back.
No, no, not at all.
Okay, so a couple of changes was made to PvP. Class and job EXP gained from participating in PvP encounters has been adjusted to take match durations into account. And also, victories and losses will now award different amounts of EXP. Which
That probably will make people want to win instead of just AFK.
So I think that's a good move. It should have been that.
It hasn't worked so far.
Yeah, because there was talks about bots in PvP, which to me is still a new concept. But because maybe I might have had them on my team, but I just haven't paid attention to it because I'm too busy just like panicking. But apparently there's like a new trend with bots in front lines.
Yeah, I've been having bots in the last few of my matches, in all honesty. They're I guess the closest thing you could call them would be like /follow bots or something. Because that seems to be what they do, but they will do some basic stuff. Obviously they're programmed to, resurrect when they die and everything like that.
Right.
But yeah, they basically just find somebody in the alliance to latch onto and they follow them like a hawk, and it's glaringly obvious. I assume that maybe they're doing it so they can level up a job.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, there has to be a reason. Because is it worth it though?
No, not at all.
Risking
Not even
your
remotely worth
account.
it. Especially because I think it seems like such a weird thing to do. I mean, they are just like RMTs using it to level up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're farming gil from it. I don't know. Because I did notice when I looked at where the ones were coming from, a lot of them were from Zalera, which is obviously a very easy server to get on. But there was one from Gilgamesh, so and you can't really make RMT accounts on Gilgamesh at the moment. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. I really don't know why they're there, but I saw people talking about it on the Japanese servers, and I had not seen any of it yet. As soon as I went, hey, look, why is that? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. And it is annoying. It's really annoying.
That sucks.
But what can you do?
Hey, at least
Report.
The match, yeah, you can report them. If only the report system was easier.
I know.
That's the only complaint I have there. Okay. PvP. That was PvP. New items can now be obtained from silver trimmed sacks.
Whoa.
From Palace of the Dead. So, get to it, people.
Which one is silver?
They didn't say what items though.
No.
Maybe.
That's past floor 50, isn't it? The silver sacks, I think.
It's bronze iron. And then is it silver gold?
Yeah, silver's
Yes.
100 to 150.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But then there were updates to the jobs. The mount as well. We have to talk about that. There's a new mount that's been added.
Oh,
The
God,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy VI style Magitech mount. It drops in Alamigo.
Very strange place to drop it. But at the same time, that makes it a lot easier to farm.
Yeah,
Because
true.
we can just run it over and over as 4 people and get it.
I kind of like that they put random stuff like that in, not
Yeah.
just Savage and like hardcore content.
Mhm.
I feel like that might be an attempt. I mean, I feel like they almost probably should have done this a little bit later, if I'm being entirely honest. But I feel like it's a way to prevent people from just not running it anymore, because it is technically story, right? I mean, as much as it's part of the expert roulette, so I don't really find it a big deal. That's why I think it'd be better to do it later once it's out of the expert roulette. But I mean, I think it's to prevent like your castrum situation,
Yeah.
where nobody ever wants to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
It's really
that's
good.
because it's too long, but Al Amigo is not that long.
I mean, that's a very good point. Yeah.
It's the same length, and in my opinion, it's much more fun than the others.
A million times more fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a good incentive, but I don't think that's the reason.
You don't think so?
What, you don't think it's the reason they put the mount in Alamigo?
You're right.
Well, whatever. I think the drop rate is very low, right?
It must be.
Honestly, I haven't ran Alamigo since they introduced it.
Me neither. Me neither. So I don't know, but
I never got that in the expert roulette though. I always get the.
I rarely ever get it too.
Which one was it? Kugane Castle? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I always get that one.
I think that's the fastest one, so people specifically queue for it.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they made some adjustments to jobs. Tanks, Savage Blade, Flash, Heavy Swing, Skull Sunder, Overpower, Spinning Slash, and Unleash has all had their enmity effect increased because lots of tanks complained since Stormblood that enmity was hard to keep up.
I have not experienced this at all.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Orange have said that. So.
I was.
And not only by the fact that oh my god, I always forget the name of this skill, the AoE Paladin skill. Eclipse.
Total Eclipse, yeah.
Yeah, not because the fact that I am using that more often than Flash, but I remember myself losing a lot of times enmity from the mobs to other DPS by spamming Flash. So that I was surprised by it, and I'm glad they increased the enmity effect.
I think it's really good that they did it on Flash because it just makes it so you, as you said, you can AoE more, right? I think that's great. I don't understand most of the other things because like I don't even need to do like anything on a boss pull anymore. I start in Shield Oath, do one Rage of Alone combo, and then I can just do whatever I want after that. Like doing this made it so easy to hold boss aggro.
And,
Like,
and if you crit on the third attack, that's
yeah,
like, the whole fight is controlled.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice, but I feel like maybe they should have just done the AoEs probably. Because that is true. You do see a lot of tanks losing AoE damage. I think because in general, every job is better at outputting AoE damage now. So that's great, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Didn't seem necessary.
They changed the enmity system in 4.0.
4.0.
So
Mhm.
it went from how did it go? It's strength now. It's based on like because I see tanks with full strength melts now. Again,
I know.
a blast from the past, and it's back.
Yeah.
Which is really fun to heal. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. By the way, I just realized. So yeah. So enmity effect is increased. Blood Spiller for Dark Knight potency has been increased from 380 to 400. And Dark Arts potency increased from 520 to 540. So that's a thing, which is I guess is nice. So a ninja, this skill name, Bava Kakra, has had its potency increased from 550 to 600.
Apparently the reason for that is it was accidentally doing physical damage when it's supposed to do magical damage.
Oh.
So the buffed potency is to make up for the fact that obviously ninjas do a lot less magic damage than they do physical.
Aha. Okay, that explains it.
Yeah.
Bard. Troubadour now affects both self and nearby party members, which it should have done from the start, I think.
Oh, they also fixed that the battle voice thing where if somebody would sing a song and they would sing battle voice right after that, the song wouldn't have kicked up on everybody yet, so battle voice would just miss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to tell a ton of new bards being like, yeah, your battle voice is missing. You have to like wait a second after singing a song in order to use battle voice. Thankfully, they fixed that. So now you don't need to have a song up. You can just use battle voice whenever, which should have been the case always.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. So this is the first wave of job adjustments that we're getting. We're getting another wave. The
big
first
one.
big one is coming in 405 with Omega Deltascape Savage. That's the first. That they call it the first round of job adjustment. So this is just a minor tweak, I guess. So they are talking about. Let's see. A lot of the adjustments are. This is a quote from the forums by OCP. A lot of the adjustments are intended to improve job usability. And we will be fine-tuning various actions and tweaking systems. As the changes are wide-ranging and we're in the middle of working out the precise values, the details won't be playable until release, and I ask for your patience and understanding in the meantime. I plan to provide you with an outline of our plans in my 37th live letter scheduled for July 15th. Oh, spoiler, that's what we're going to talk about later. Of course, the adjustments will not be limited to those mentioned here. We will keep reviewing jobs as we move forward, and we welcome your continued discussion and feedback. So, on the subject of balancing DPS roles. I already touched upon this in my previous live letter, but I'd like to take the opportunity to clarify balance amongst DPS roles. Recently, samurai damage has been subject of much debate, prompting many comparisons between jobs. In bringing samurai in line with other jobs, however, we not only look at solo damage values, but take all of the following into account. Damage dealt when solo, susceptibility to mechanics, jobs affected by more mechanics deal slightly more solo damage, and vice versa, ability to raise a full party's total damage. For instance, Dragoon can greatly increase party members' damage, but deals less solo damage than Samurai. In contrast, Samurai boasts high solo damage, but cannot do much to increase party damage. Things such as the aforementioned susceptibility and the ability to perform ranged attacks are also considered. We can't say with absolute certainty that the values will be perfect from the start, and it will be difficult to get a feel for the adjustments before they are released alongside Omega Deltascape Savage. For now, we will work towards applying those changes deemed necessary to 4.05, and we'll look forward to your feedback after you play the raid. So Samurai, people, I think most people would classify Samurai as too OP at the moment, but it seems like it's not that OP in party sense, but it's OP solo. I don't. Yeah, so that's where we are. So changes to Samurai coming. Not a surprise.
I don't know if they should change Samurai, in all honesty.
Why?
Like, I mean, because it's fine. Like, it doesn't. It's the idea of what Monk was originally supposed to be, except for it's done properly, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Whereas Monk, you would be like, hey, I have no utility, but I'll pull an extra 50 DPS. Okay, well, that's not worth it at all. You know what I mean? It's just not. Yeah. Especially because nobody benefits from the blunt resistance. Like, there's just nothing that really they would bring, except for the intelligence debuff, but a Dark Knight could also do that, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think this is done properly, where, yes, the only utility Samurai brings is slashing debuff, which a bunch of jobs can put up anyways.
Yeah. We don't know what they're doing. We know that
maybe they are not doing anything, and just clarifying that that's the reason that Samurai has a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of an explanation than
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie. When I first played Samurai, I thought it was OP as hell because the potencies were incredibly high.
Yeah. It can output some real damage if played properly. But then again, so could, I guess, any other class if you play them properly. Okay, so now the thing we talked about earlier, damage calculation for tank rolls. Lastly, players have expressed concern that enmity is difficult to sustain. Some have taken to using eye level 270 strength accessories to address the issue, and numerous measures have been put forth. We've received requests for damage calculations to be made VIT-based again, like they were during the 3.x patch series. As VIT also influences HP, however, adjusting it is liable to lead to HP inflation, so we have no plan to adopt this method at present. VIT-based damage was deemed workable during 3.x and was employed in the interim.
I do not understand this at all.
Me neither.
Okay, guys, VIT-based damage, It's gonna make for HP inflation. So here's VIT accessories. It doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Give us strength accessories then.
Yeah.
Like, or give us a mixture of both. Put half the amount of VIT and half the amount of strength onto the accessories. Like, it doesn't make. I mean, I think I get what they're saying is in like, in order for you to feel like you need a damage increase, we need to put more and more VIT on, so it would go up faster. Okay, that's fine. Then put some strength on the accessories, because it's just.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I would 100% prefer it to go back to VIT personally. Yeah. I think that's when it worked best. But I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Because
they're talking about.
Yeah, because it forces tanks to use strength accessories, which makes their HP lower. So instead of they're deflating the HP instead because of this. It's weird.
Pretty much. And I'm almost certain that in 4.05 they're gonna remove the ability to wear those accessories altogether anyways. I'm almost positive.
Probably.
But they have to find a solid system for tanks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're still struggling to find like.
I think that's what they are missing.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Without a doubt.
Okay, so they keep going. However, as eye level 270 strength accessories don't increase HP, this places an increased burden upon healers. And we are working to address this issue by 4.05. While we must ask for your patience, please rest assured that we are working on this as a matter of priority. So, yeah, that's probably what they're going to do. They're just going to make it impossible for tanks to wear strength accessories. Problem solved!
And then watch, they're going to be like, hey, no more 270 accessories. So they're going to be like, 230 it is.
Yeah, 230 strength. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see what they're planning. Very interesting to see that he doesn't mention healers at all in this post. Except for that little line.
Especially one specific healer.
Yeah.
Which I recently leveled. What is wrong with Scholar's MP Mat? Like,
it is a
Sucker
mess.
is like 1/10 of your MP.
Mm-hmm.
Adloquium is way too expensive. They need to fix that really badly. I leveled it through Summoner because I didn't want to level Scholar anymore.
Yeah, it's I don't understand. The fact that I think they doubled the cost for Adloquium. They might have done the same for Sucker. And those are spells that, as a Scholar, you use a lot before 4.0. And so the first time I started leveling Scholar, I was so confused because I did not understand how I am running out of MP. So they have to make some sort of adjustments there because a Scholar shouldn't run out of MP faster than a White Mage.
If they were gonna do that, they need to give it 20% Aether flow back.
Yeah, one or the other, please.
One or the other, yeah.
It's
that document was expensive back in 3.x.
Yeah.
I mean,
but now it's even more.
Was justified.
Expensive. Yeah, because at least you could recover most of your MP again with Aether flow.
And you could overheal you. I mean, the maximum HP, which was 300 potency plus 300 potency, and if you had full XP, you had the extra 300 potency. So it was justified, but if you're right, they have to nerf the MP cost or at the 20% MP back.
Yeah, it was so bad that I have just stopped leveling it because I want to level all my healers first. That's just how I've always done it. But I cannot touch Scholar right now because it's so frustrating. Yeah, I probably should do that. Get my Bahamut, but it was when you get frustrated as a White Mage that has been used to this running out of MP, but with Scholar it's like you can't even it happens so fast. It happens so
fast. And now
fast.
White Mages have the best MP management by far.
I barely ever run out now.
Yeah, it's really hard to run out of MP now.
Yeah. White Mage has become Scholar MP wise now. It's weird. Okay, let's move on then. Patch 4.01 hotfixes implemented July 6th. And this was a very interesting thing they did. They added cracked clusters for the Adventure in Need bonus. They added it to it, I should say.
Free cracked clusters as tanks. That's nice.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. Yeah. I haven't done a single roulette. I've just been leveling things. I have not done a roulette as a tank yet. stupid because I need grade 6 materia right now, but whatever.
Yeah,
But is that only for leveling?
no,
roulette?
everything that
That's-
all the roulettes that have adventurers in
I
need.
think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a nice way to get tanks playing more.
Yeah.
But
The existing reward was not like
No.
worth
because the old reward is and the one
Like
that is
2,000
money.
yeah
And
just a few extra gil and I guess you get some extra exp though if you're doing leveling. But if you do it with a level 70 roulette or expert, you don't get anything other than the gil. No, because you don't get extra tomestones, which would have been
Nope.
OP. So yeah. Okay, so non-North American players are struggling to connect to the North American data centers. There's not much to say about this because we obviously don't know what's wrong, but Square Enix has acknowledged the problem and they are investigating. There was a big post on the forums about it. I don't know. I'm guessing it's like Australians and stuff playing on North American. Do they play on North American servers? They do, right?
maybe
Not
I
really.
read that they play on the Japanese servers.
Yeah, they play on Japanese servers.
Oh dear God.
There's a specific Japanese server for Australians.
Okay, so there's like
Is it Chocobo?
Tonberry.
Tomberry, of course.
Somewhere. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can get on to the big thing, Stormblood. Where do we begin? Okay, I think we'll start with the main scenario, which should it's okay. How did Stormblood begin? Something
Before that,
Rabon.
I want to just ask, how did everybody like it
The story.
compared to Heaven's Word or whatever you want to do? But how did you like the story as a whole? Did you think it was amazing? Did you think it was garbage?
Without comparing it to any. I think it's
No, you can compare it to whatever
okay.
you want.
No, I liked the story a lot. I think we talked about this. I think in a previous episode where we, of course, we couldn't go into specifics, but
Yeah.
I feel like the Heaven's Word story was more relatable. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I did. Orange.
So, like I said the other
Yeah.
episode, comparing it to Heaven's Sword makes me think that I enjoyed the Heaven's Sword one more. I don't know why. I think it was better, but I couldn't explain it. I think it was more consistent because there were some times that I felt bored in the doing the Stormblood main scenario questline. Like they added some how do I say, like quests that aren't that has no oh God, I can't explain it. Like it has no relation to the main story questline, and they added it as quests there. So that made me think I don't know. But overall, it was good. Not great, but good.
Yeah.
Maela?
It was all right. The highs were really good. Some parts of it were really good. I loved all the bits with Xenos.
Mhm.
I loved the characters in it, but I felt like some parts were really dragged on quite a lot, and I felt some parts were quite forced as well. Like, we just lost to Xenos. What should we do? Let's go and liberate Doma. Yeah, let's go across the world. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just instantly do that. So that was.
I
think
have to say I agree. When I think about that part in particular, that bothered me a little bit because it felt like the Doma part was
Forced?
It felt like it didn't fit there. Like it should have been somewhere else in the story,
Yeah.
maybe.
It was literally like
it was in the
we've
climax of the Alamegan story, and then
we've just lost
like-
Ralka's reach. You know, let's just let them all on their own. All the heroes will go away.
yeah.
What's going on?
I kind of wish they finished the Alamegan story and then
Yeah.
maybe
It
they
was
should
very
have.
split.
And the moment we came back to roll grids and everything was the same as before.
Yeah.
We've rebuilt.
Yeah.
That was like okay. Let's
the structuring was weird with that Doma part in the middle.
One thing I really quite liked though was that God, I can't remember what he was called though. The Amalja and Son
Mineral
whatever.
concern?
Oh, Hancock.
Guy. Just what was he called?
Hancock.
Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked him. He was cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tataru goes full weeb when she's around.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
went straight. in.
Am I the only one who thinks that he has a Yakuza face?
Yakuza face. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it kind of
kind of,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
It has a spooky face.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah. I also have to say, like, one thing I really liked was Xenos he's an awesome villain, but the fight in Ralger's Reach was pretty epic because
The first
Oh,
one,
yeah.
where
Yeah.
he just stomped you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
And coming
barely
after the
making a
Raw
dent
thing.
on his HP. Oh,
Personally, I thought the instances were all fantastic. There wasn't an
Hmm.
instance I disliked personally.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were pretty mad about them because of obviously Raubon didn't make it. Kind of made people a little bit iffy on instances. I thought they were amazing
Yeah.
personally.
Special shout out to the one in the Asim Steps.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
yeah.
Oh
Dom.
yeah.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
It was like really
That was
introduced really new mechanics, and I don't know.
yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
That one almost felt like you could actually lose it. Like it was almost like a PvP battle or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, you couldn't really lose it, but
No.
it felt like you could.
Well,
Kind of like
can
the
you?
Grand Melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved the Grand Melee. That was
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts of.
And the summoning things from the I forgot the character. Those giant rocks spawning that you had
Oh,
to
yeah.
destroy.
Mhm.
That was really cool as well. I don't
Yeah.
know. That fight.
I definitely agree that there was some forced things though. I thought Sophia, she's so much like Sophia. Lakshmi was really forced.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, hey guys, we got a bunch of stuff to do. We're back in Alamigo.
Yeah, that was like
But we gotta kill this primal though.
that
And it's
came
like,
really fast after going back to.
Lakshmi
it was
she almost felt like they'd gone, oh, we've got to get the exact same level as when we had it in Heavensward. So come on, guys, come on.
I was expecting it. So
you know what? I would have preferred that they made it like a side quest, kind of like the Warring
Yeah.
Triad, personally, because it just all of a sudden it was like, we got shit to deal, especially because that was in the peak of like the Fordola stuff and everything like that, and then it's like,
Yeah.
hold on,
Yeah.
wait, gotta go.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
second beast tribe.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. It's like they had a checklist.
It was
and-
weird
Orange.
because the first time you see that beast tribe was in Roll Grids after the first time you go there as level 60.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I think that I forgot the that beast tribe gave you a quest, I think. So I
Yeah.
felt weird once I
It did
went there
feel
for the first time.
because Susano felt like it belonged
Yeah.
in the main
Yeah.
story.
exactly.
So
yeah,
I don't know
It-
why they decide because they could have. I don't know why they did that. It's like they had a checklist and like at this
Oh,
level
yeah.
we need to push Lakshmi in.
Exactly, that's the main complaint I have with Heaven's. No. Stormblood.
Yeah.
That it's like the same path Heaven's Sword 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was just, we can't go on until we beat this primal. That's right. Right in front of us.
Yeah.
I
I think
know. Go ahead.
We could.
a dungeon on a 66 level. Oh my god, no.
Heresy. They can't do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fire that guy.
I do think though overall I thought it was leagues above Heavensward as a whole.
I agree. I did.
I thought it was amazing. I think Xenos is honestly one of the best villains.
Yeah.
Probably in the entire franchise, in all honesty.
Mm.
And I thought, I've heard people complain about it, but personally, I feel like the pacing of it was far better. I found myself very bored a few times in Heavensward. I actually didn't. I found myself bored maybe once throughout Stormblood. So
Yeah, because when people say that they weren't bored, but in like when they enjoy Heavensward more, do they actually remember how the main story was at launch? The main story in Heavensward, nothing really happened in the beginning because you came to Ishgard, and then you just had to talk to people for like felt like ages. And then you had to go to the fucking Sea of Clouds, and you had to go around there. Like, it's like people have forgotten about that part.
I think no. I think that's the opposite. I think we are like tired of the existing areas and that fresh.
I
Stormblood
can say that I hated Sea of Clouds the moment I got there.
Oh yeah,
the beginning.
I loved it because it was so colourful.
Oh god.
I also hated Turning West.
Sea of Clouds is really unique.
God, are you
we don't
saying?
have it.
Yeah, but that's because you do beast stripes there, Orange. Your
No. There's
favorite
no
place.
relation.
No relation. Okay.
No. I think they did a really good job splitting both Querthas and Sea of Clouds in the beginning to avoid congestion. And the moment I did the main story questline, because the first time I did level up, I skipped the entire main story questline. I found it really interesting since the start. I don't know.
Well, they did the same thing with this. You could go to either the peaks or the fringes right off the beginning.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
And
it was the exact
Yeah, but then
same thing going on there, because I remember the part in Sea of Clouds was.
They even did the same thing here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that only supports what you're saying. Orange.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot.
Yeah, that 100% supports what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they did that though, because it gave me like an hour's more enjoyment before I had to get back to the Reborn.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. It
Yeah.
saved us from that hell a little bit. Before we had to go back to the queue.
God.
And I also
Reborn ruined everything.
I encountered a problem with mobs because they were spawning too low. Too slow, and people were camping the spots that they were spawning, and that made me think that I wasn't going to get through. But
I have to say something there, because I remember the same issue in Heavensward, but in Heavensward that problem was worse. I think the spawn rate was slightly higher this time than it was in a. I don't know if that's true, but I barely had to wait more than like 10 minutes. I remember in Heavensward having to wait like half an hour or just give up. I can't remember what quest it was, but it was like everyone was swarming.
The problem I had in Stormblood lasted for 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal, but I don't remember anything like this in Heavensward. I find the Heavensward story like a 10 out of 10. I have no complaints about it.
I feel like there's rose-tinted glasses here.
I know I'm weird, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know why.
Heavensward story didn't finish for so long.
Yeah.
That like.
You didn't. It didn't actually conclude at all before.
Right.
Like
this felt like a self-contained game.
Yeah.
Whereas Heavensward, it was like, yeah.
Wait
sure,
6 months to see the continuation.
Like you got rid of Jordan, but
well, that's another topic. But like the moment you go into the vault, that was the.
Yeah, but I agree that
I can't compare this to anything in Heavensward.
The vault was great.
Oh, in Stormblood, I missed.
The vault was great.
Let's not forget that Realm Reborn was a complete experience, and then it had those interim patches, which everyone knows were incredibly fun and enjoyable. Whereas Heavensward may not have been complete in one go, but at least the patches were always relevant and interesting.
Were they, though?
In my opinion, yeah.
They were pretty
3.1
good.
was awesome.
3.1 gave us never came with
the story
vanilla.
was awesome there. I think 3.1 and 3.3 were the best ones.
Heavensward continuously got better until 3.5.
That is true.
3.5
would have been sad if it didn't get better. It's just like Heavensward was just flat all the way.
I don't know. I find that the moment Imeric got stabbed, that moment happened in 3.1, and that was epic. I don't know. And
yeah, but
at the moment you have to enter the vault again. Yeah. I don't know. I find that
who got stabbed?
Who got stabbed?
Imeric.
Oh yeah, in the town, and you had to go and do little Sherlock Holmes.
We're not here to talk about Heavensward, guys. We're done.
Can we please do Heavensward?
But again, it feels like, as Yazz said, that the Stormblood story was one contained story, and now in the next patch we can get another story.
As long as it's a good one, then I'm happy.
Yeah,
but if
probably.
it's going to be like, we've
Admittedly,
beaten the calamity. Woo! Now just do nothing.
We
for
have beaten
6 months.
the calamity.
Well, whatever it was in A Realm Reborn, I can't remember.
We have beaten the
It
calamity.
was so dull afterwards.
Yeah, A Realm Reborn. Yeah, we rarely talk about A Realm Reborn storyline, but it was It only got good at
The
the
best
very
one
end.
so far.
From 50,
In my
no,
opinion.
from 45 to 50. It was amazing.
Oh, it was
The rest
so good.
was
And then it
pretty
got
mediocre.
absolutely
Mediocre.
ruined when you went into Castrum, Meridianum, and
Okay,
Praetorium,
now,
and you
now
just
we're okay.
oh,
okay,
God.
now we're off track. We're talking about a Realm Reborn from 2013.
Sorry. So Stormblood, because it was mentioned in chat, and it's kind of jumping the gun, but story related. My favorite moment was Xenos' death.
Mm,
The final farewell, my friend.
yeah,
Farewell, my first friend, my enemy. Oh,
that was great.
Speaking
That
that
was, a
was
good moment.
that one really. I loved that. I really loved that.
Did you guys say you wanted to be his friend or no?
I would love him. He was amazing.
No.
No, but
I
did you
said
say
no.
it like we asked you? Do you accept him or?
No,
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, no, I think I just told him I hate him.
I told him fuck off.
I said yes,
Oh
What did
wow.
you say?
just because I wanted to see what would happen.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was like,
Oh.
yeah, I gotta do it.
Wasn't
Gotta
that
do it.
just the nicest moment though? Like it was it's just amazing.
He basically said, "You're an idiot. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. We're not friends."
Mm-hmm.
He
like,
said
you're-
you are his first friend because you
I
joined in.
know, but when he asks you if you accept him, I said yes, and he was like, "Don't be an idiot."
Yeah.
You
He's like, "You're just gonna forgive me right now? What's wrong with you?" It's like, okay, good point.
quick cutscene and try and do that again.
Oh
Yeah,
That's an interesting point because you get a lot more choices now in the main story than you did.
But
Yeah.
the outcome, I think it's the same.
Yeah,
But
of
a
course.
lot of them are hilarious.
Yeah, they are. So you can actually spice up your experience a bit.
I told
I am your Rolandberry, for instance.
Yeah, I am your Rolandberry. That was so
That's
funny.
a great one. Yeah.
It's like I'm seeking my sun and stars. I am your Rolandberry.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Which that's a plus in an RPG game. So
Yeah.
it sort of added more RPG elements to it, even though it doesn't change the main story, obviously.
It doesn't say anything.
But it
Okay,
does.
so this
but that-
brings me back to Papa Limo.
But you can't.
changes a bit of dialogue.
Yeah, it changes a bit of dialogue, which actually does change it in a bit. But of course, you can't change the course of the main story. That would have been too massive for an MMO to pull off.
I know we're kind of jumping to the end talking about Xeno's death,
Yeah.
but that is also something that I'm a little bit worried about.
Because the
Just
villain's
the-
gone.
Because the villain's gone, exactly, and the fact that I'm thinking towards where 4.1 is going to go, and I think it's going to be a lot related to Lise and
Exactly, and it'll be boring. It will be just her becoming powerful or something.
Maybe
That's
she
my worry.
goes mad and she becomes the villain. Is that what you're implying?
no, I think it's going to be boring. That would be
Yeah.
great if that happened, honestly, but it's just I'm definitely concerned that with almost everything being resolved, they either have to start up a new story arc leading into 5.0 already,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to 4.3 where they started it with the equivalent in Heavensward, or maybe if we're lucky they'll just jump right on into Garly and stuff immediately, which I would kind of prefer, but I'm definitely kind of worried that it's going to be like, hey guys, diplomacy, do you guys want to know what a new leader of a country looks like? I'd
Let's
rather not.
rebuild. Go pick up those
Right.
bricks. Let's build a wall.
Right.
Exactly, it's the Realm Reborn ones over
Yeah.
and over again. That's what I'm worried about.
And
I
it's-
don't think because it's so because we've already I think is there anything left that they can pick up in 4.1?
Yotsuyu and Gosetsu.
That's
Mhm.
one. That's
That's-
definitely
that's
going to
it.
be.
And she's gonna turn good orange. She's
She
gonna be a
is
good
gonna-
orange.
No, she's bad as hell. No.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it
and
took
that
us
was-
3 patches to kill the
Nidhogg.
beautiful, amazing, fantastic Nidhogg.
Technically,
And
we
it
could-
took us. We just destroyed Xenos.
There's
in one
Right.
fight.
There's also the story arc of Fordola, as it's
I was
pointed
just
out
gonna
in
say
chat.
that. Yeah, we
Uh,
could.
She's. I hope they execute her.
She's interesting though. I
She
have
might
to
get-
say.
might
So-
get
I like her,
Yeah.
even if I'm in love with Yotsuyu. But
yeah,
it's alright as well.
She should have stayed dead.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Can we talk about that? then?
Nobody dies
Let's-
except.
Nobody dies in this game at all.
Let's
I'm pretty
talk-
sure Xenos will get up in a minute.
Let's talk about what happened at Doma Castle. Gusetsu and I can't remember her name. What's her name? again?
Yotsuyu.
Yotsuyu. Let's call her Yo. She
Yo-yo.
she was they implied that they died there.
And that was the saddest
and it was a
moment.
very nice
Yeah.
moment between
You,
Gusetsu
but,
and
but you could expect it since it's the level 67 dungeon, and
yeah,
Oh,
but that sort of breaks that one though, because they didn't actually kill them.
for the player until level 70 it was the
But,
same.
no, I realized the moment they said that they couldn't find them, I was like, oh shit, you fucking did it, didn't you? You didn't kill
Yeah,
them.
as soon as they said, "Hey, we
Yeah,
can't find their bodies," I'm like, "All right."
Yeah.
The thing is, I kind of contradict myself here because I get really, really fed up that characters don't die in the story, and it's starting to like really bother me. It feels like they're scared to take risks.
Yeah, I agree.
But I was like, I don't want I want Gosetsu back.
Yeah, me too. So it was like I
it was
happy.
super hypocritical of me.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of people making the comparison of Gosetsu is, I mean, you can kind of compare it to Orin in a sense, but he's essentially trying to find a place to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, he wants to go out with some crazy noble sacrifice,
Yeah.
but he can't. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
He'll save people and then not die. So a lot of people are saying that and I agree, I hope that becomes like a reoccurring thing where he's like, I'm going to save everyone. I'm going to go out with a bang, and then he lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked how far swept out they got. They just went along a river and then they were on like a desert island. Miles away.
Yeah.
What's going
That's
on?
a really strong current in that river.
Also, just healed from like 17 bullet wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not filled full of bullets.
And he still lives.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He saved
He was
Jotzi.
still holding the entire building.
Yeah.
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 And
I found Yotsu really bad as there, but I don't want her to turn good.
I wanted her to die.
I wanted her to die, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be. It would be a great ending for her, but
or just like, I don't want it. I just want her.
I just don't want them to make her a good character, like a kind character.
I
don't
want them to do that with Fordola either.
No.
Although I think it might happen with Fordola.
I think Fordola is a
I'm
given.
still wondering what happened with. I know we'll talk about this later, but with Nero, because he committed a lot of crimes, and well, he didn't have to apologize, or I don't know. It's like, hey, why don't you join us after doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Don't talk bad about Nero.
So I feel like
I have to say that Nero is one of my favorite characters.
He's second on my list. Raoban, then Nero.
Let's save.
he's amazing,
Raoban fell down a few spots after the Stormblood launch. So.
I've heard, like, I see it in chat. I see a lot of people that are trying to like justify, oh, Yotsuyu had this terrible life, so it's totally justified what she did.
No.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
the stuff she's done.
Especially because it's insinuated that she was sold into prostitution. That's awful. That's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's insinuated that that's a pretty common thing to happen in society.
Yeah.
So she's just the one who goes, I'm going to commit genocide instead. Like, no, she's fucking insane and she's a terrible person.
Jeez.
Like, I don't really think that justifies it whatsoever, personally.
No.
I think she's just a bad person.
Yeah.
And like,
and she was crazy even like at the end. Like even while she was faced with death, she tried to kill Gusetsu with
and Hien.
Yeah, and Hien, of course. So she's just bat crazy.
I think she's really bad.
It's a good character though. I like that she's stone cold. Which is why I'm kind of agree with Orange. I kind of don't want her to change, which is why I wanted her to die.
No, because she has been like really bad all these years, and now she'll become kind and helpful. I don't want that to happen.
Me neither.
Which is why I kind of like that Xeno's just sort of, he was evil till the end. I'm sad that he died though.
He wasn't evil, Lukile. He was just misguided.
Oh, what? He was just misguided.
God, I love Xenos.
Okay, so the Asian. I can't remember his name.
Elidibus?
Yeah, when he met the Emperor, he takes off his mask.
Yeah.
Whose face?
Yes,
is it?
I remember. Yes, I remember. We
It's
discussed that at
Papa
the time.
Limo. It's Papa Limo's face on a Hur-sized man.
The Emperor's like, how dare you?
How dare
How
you?
dare you bring a Lalafell into my home?
I thought it was gonna be Xenos' face. Like he'd used his face.
Yeah,
that's
I
what-
was thinking it could be Xenos. It could be his own face.
that too. Could
Like
be.
people are saying in chat, it's also very possible that it's Gaius,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which doesn't really make some sense because we don't know what Gaius's face looks like. So they could have just shown us.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
we
true.
all know it's Nidhogg again.
Yeah.
It's just Nidhogg's face. There you have it. It's Nidhogg.
I don't know if I'm 100% on board that it's Gaius. Like,
I don't
I'm not gonna
understand.
lie.
I don't understand
This might-
why.
This might sound kind of insulting to the writers, but I don't think they really want to do anything that complicated. They seem to
No.
want to keep it very, very simple.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And the simple.
think
solution
about
would
all
be-
the other face reveals, how they've ended up turning out.
Yeah.
Nothing has been crazy about them at all.
Let's never forget the time when they did go for a really cool risk.
Let's not.
You know,
I can hear the song.
my-
I already know where we're going.
Yeah.
the number one greatest moment of this entire game for me was when Thancred turned out to be the baddie.
Mm.
And they just went, no, actually, no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He wasn't.
He was so
though.
sorry, so
Take it back. He's good.
But
God, that would have been so cool.
In Stormblood, he did nothing.
Yeah.
He did. He watched.
He was there
he
for a little
watched
bit.
when Pikachu got captured, and I wanted him to
Pikachu?
die
He went like
so
this.
badly.
Oh, that's
He went like this.
Cryo.
Oh, Cryo. Okay.
She should have died.
Let's. Okay. Now we were just gone all over the place.
All over the
in
story,
this
mate. All over
timeline.
the story.
Yeah, we have not gone in order at all, but who cares?
Who cares?
One last thing. I want Alfred to fucking die right now.
Oh yeah, he would be good.
Why
Oh,
is he still alive? He's a pain in the ass.
But Alice has become a really good character.
She's,
Yeah, she's fine.
but her voice actor's a bit
Alfie
annoying.
nowadays,
Hmm.
I can't stand him. It's the only Final Fantasy XIV character I can't stand
I
for
agree.
some reason.
I agree. He's
He's
annoying.
he's annoying. Yeah, that's
He's
the-
too. He's
He's been
too-
with us since the very beginning. I hate him since the first time I saw him.
He was on the
Fucking
cart.
die already.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like Alpha now. I never.
I'm
liked him,
fine with the rest though.
I think the biggest problem with Alfie now, and to a degree Alice also, is that since we're like stuck in like a little time bubble thing, right?
Mm.
Like it hasn't been 4 years since the events of Her Realm Reborn. It's been like 1.5 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
They physically cannot grow up. They cannot mature. It's actually impossible for them to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they can in like a somewhat in a very light sense, but they can't actually grow up as people. They're still super young and they're still super immature, and it can't really change because time is hardly progressing.
Yeah. True.
So I think that's a big problem is he started to grow up, you know, during, especially like after, like Crystal Braves Alfino
Mhm.
was like the most obnoxious, annoying. I wanted to just throw him off a cliff.
Yeah.
And he started to mature after that. I was like, okay, this is great, but it hasn't gone anywhere because it can't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, Alice is probably maturing at a way faster rate, if you ask me. She's kind of actually growing into her own shoes, which I think is done like Alice is becoming a better character.
Mm,
Alice was always boring to me personally.
yeah.
She never really did anything. It was
Mm.
like, hey,
But
you're
because
20
they
minutes-
didn't give her the chance to shine.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like Coil was the only spot she was really had any significance in whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's doing a lot better, but Alfino is just like he feels like a waste of time right
And
now.
I feel like Alice is like she's us. Like she has our opinion of Alfino because she keeps picking
Yeah.
on him whenever he tries to
Yeah.
be smart. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she kind of
Does-
made it better.
Does she want to kill her brother as well?
I hope so. I hope she kills him. Yeah.
She does have a sword now, so she could do that.
Yeah. True.
Oh, what do you guys think about Stola
Oh yeah.
in this?
I was-
That happened.
Because
Oh yeah.
I think that The first thing that came to my mind when I thought when I saw what happened to Stola was that the voice actress couldn't make it to record, and so they decided to put her out of the main story quest line.
I honestly wish she died. I knew it was never going to
Another
happen.
character that didn't die.
We knew.
I knew it wasn't going to happen. So I just like to point out that's the second time Ishtola has died, but not died.
Mm. They're doing this because she's like the everyone's waifu apparently. At least Square Enix thinks so, because they put her in every single promotional material they have. So like
Tataru
let's scare them. Let's make
And
them.
the
Cat girls.
also in
got
this
cat
area,
girls.
the fighting game.
Yeah, she is
Yeah,
in
this
Dissidia.
idiot.
Mhm.
I mean, that doesn't mean she can't die. There's a lot of like I don't think
There's
we
a lot
can't
of
kill
dead
her. She's
people in
Dissidia.
Dissidia.
I mean,
Pretty sure,
Dissidia
like-
makes no sense lore wise,
Pretty
even
sure
its own lore.
7% of Dissidia is dead.
Yeah. So yeah.
God, no, I want less Kryl.
I thought it
Yeah,
was.
Kyle's awful.
Oh, I have to say, in that Y'shtola part, if you are a healer in that quest, Kryl will look at you and like, well, what are you doing? You're a healer, aren't you? You actually go down and
Right.
heal. I like
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah, because
That's
pretty-
kind of what they were talking about, weren't they? Before,
They asked-
quite a long time ago, they were saying like, "Oh, we'll
But
try and
we-
include what you're."
I think the rest of the jobs also.
no, they don't. They
No.
just say help the others or something.
Yeah, but we also help
Basically,
them.
fuck off. Yeah.
Ishtola just told me to call a meteor down and just say, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she asked me to like apply pressure to the wound or something.
Yeah.
It was like something that like anybody could do. Like, hey,
Yeah.
rip off your shirt and put it on her wound. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was fine, but it was like
It was.
that's really cool. I'm glad they're starting to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it always bothered me when you see like other healers running around in the main story and they're like, "Oh no, what do we do? I'm a
Yeah.
You're
healer."
dying in front of me. Oh no! What do I do?
Hoshifon, no,
Yeah.
you're dying.
Benediction.
Oh well.
Hey, everything's fine. You got benediction. We're great.
How nice would it be that it all heal in the healer's main story? Horsefront lives. Only healers.
That would be too much.
Yeah, that would be too much.
Especially because to a degree, playing as a healer is always kind of the hardest one to justify as going through the main story, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like we're gonna kill them, but actually everyone else is gonna kill them. I'm gonna keep them alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it does a better job of like justifying how you're actually an important person.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're actually having an impact on things, it kind of makes up for the fact that yeah, you're not like the guy who's gonna like if Xenos were to die by our hands instead of slitting his own throat, are you gonna smack him with a cane? Are you gonna cast arrow on him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is harder to justify.
Mm.
So I think doing that specifically with healers, I don't care if they do it with any other jobs. I actually don't think they should, unless it really fits. But yeah, healers is a good call.
Yeah.
Hope they do it more.
I saw someone point out in chat that the blow darts quest is special for ninjas. There's something special happening there for them, but I don't know
Cool.
what that
Really?
is. Yeah. So yeah, we can
That
talk
was a
about
great quest. I mean, wow.
we can talk about that.
Yeah, I call it the WoW quest.
It was
Wow.
it was
Thought I'd accidentally installed Call of Duty.
Yeah.
it was very okay. It was very basic.
What are we talking about? The dark quest?
The dart thing where you have to like
Basic?
yeah,
What do you mean?
It was. I mean, it's not Call of Duty.
I'm telling you, it's a new job.
Yeah.
It had about as much recoil as Call of Duty.
No.
That's the next job. It's first person. It's a first person job.
Yeah.
It's
That
definitely
would be amazing.
yeah. You just do like 15,000 damage every time you shoot one, and
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
do anything else.
Nice.
That's the only thing you do the whole time.
Sounds like a great job.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. But yeah, they did that, and you can say how much. I mean, it's not a. Yeah, as I said, it's not COD, but it's. It was nice to see some new mechanics in a quest.
It makes
all that new mechanics. Well, I mean, they are,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure they spent a lot of time making that quest.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
that
they
was a real challenge for the
Yeah,
program.
I don't think they
I'm
did.
pretty sure about that.
It doesn't
I-
look like they did though.
No, I don't think they did.
No, because it's something really new, and for them.
That's true. It is. It does.
And when
break
they
with
make
the-
something really new, I mean, they are pointing out every time, like, we are really proud of that quest. We are really proud of. I don't know. I feel like.
I think there was big improvement with a lot of the side quests. Like that wasn't the only new thing. That was they also did things where you had to go through specific, like there was a race in Ruby C, or not a race, but you were like you were kind of going through checkpoints on the back of the manta ray. You'd have to go through the Ruby Sea in a certain order and stuff like that. There was the one in Azim Steppes where you had to follow lines etched in the sand to a certain spot and fight enemies on the way and if you left the edges of the arena, you would fail. It's like that. They were doing some pretty neat, interesting stuff, which I think makes side questing way better, in my opinion, than just hey, go talk to this person. Hey, go kill 15 of this enemy. Like that gets so old to me so fast.
Yeah, I agree. It's new content, and it's a break from the usual quest, as you said. And this also occurred. The blow dart thing happened several times in the main story,
right?
Where you had to be like all stealthy with what's her name?
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth. I can't remember her name. I'm bad at names. What's the ninja lady?
Yugiri.
Yugiri. Jesus. That one was pretty cool. So yeah, they tried some new stuff with the actual quests as well, which they didn't do in Heavensward.
No, not the worst side quest of any of all time.
They were literally just fetch quests and kill X amount of this mob, and that was all you were given. Can anyone remember any side quests from the launch of Heavensward?
Mock quest.
Yeah, Moogle quests.
Do you remember the specifics?
They were amazing. Yeah.
The one where you had to get baskets. The one where you had to get baskets. Where me and Orange are thinking of the same quests.
So yeah, that's good. I also want to point out there was like an awkward moment before we took the boat to Doma or Authored. When Urianger came down and gave the sword to Alice. Was it just me, or did that feel really out of place? Because what?
It's the fact that he just turned up like randomly every now and then. Like,
what's the
hey guys, I'm here.
I think that kind of fits Urianger's character, though.
I can see that.
Nobody really knows what he's doing ever. It's just kind of like, oh hey, what's up? Here's my idea.
Poem.
Take it.
Yeah.
I mean, he saves them at the end, near the end of the game as well, with Fordola. He basically walks up and says, here's the thing, and they go, what is it? He goes, can't tell you.
But I still can't believe that the way we went to Doma, I mean, by pirates, spirits. That's really, I didn't expect that at all. I don't know.
It's quite interesting.
We went through blackmail.
Yeah.
Because that guy he's a noble of Ishgard that ran away. So basically we went, you can take me, bitch? Better.
Yeah.
I'll tell your dad. I will tell your dad.
Yeah. I find it weird that the Warrior of Light had to resort to that to get to ship to Doma, though. But hey,
yeah.
Whatever. Is there anything else that we've missed? Big point in the main story.
How did you guys like the resolution of Fordola? Like with the whole, your ignorance is your shield, and you, like, I guess actually more accurate. What did you guys think about the whole fake echo thing, the resonance, all that stuff? Where, somebody would basically have like super heightened echo, be able to see what you're doing before you do it because they have that much of a bead on your aether. I thought that was pretty cool. It was definitely very, very anime. You know what I mean? Like, I dodge your attack. Yeah. I know what you're doing before you do. Like, it was really, honestly, it was kind of cheesy in a sense, but it was actually like, I thought it was pretty cool, and it explained why for once ever the Warrior of Light was actually garbage tier in comparison to everyone else. It wasn't so much of like hone your abilities. It was like, no, you physically cannot win no matter what until you've learnt and understand more about it, which I thought was kind of a good route to take. Made us feel weak for the first time, which I think was a huge plus for the story. Is you didn't feel like you had.
Because at this point you feel like you're a beast. You can
Right.
destroy everything you want.
Yeah.
But now you feel like you're not.
Yeah.
I liked that it will sort of lend itself to more interesting things when we do get to Garlemald. And one thing I really liked was the scientist guy, but I was really angry that they didn't call him Hojo from 7 because I thought he was meant to be him.
Yeah.
I feel, but
He was that kind of character at least. Yeah.
yeah, he was cool though. Yeah, I liked him.
And the boss fight in the Alamigo was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite boss fights. In
Yeah,
the...
that was. I keep forgetting about that one.
And he was like the evil character mounted in a weird chair.
Yeah.
And
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Especially pulls your soul from your body. That was pretty awesome.
That was cool. Yeah, it was interesting to see the that they are actually experimenting on ether and stuff in Garlemald. They're actually trying to make them, because they are obviously jealous of Eorzea. The fact that we can use magic and they can't, because they are supposed to be the perfect race.
And I like how they gave all these characters voices too. Like I thought that scientist guy's voice was awesome.
Yeah.
He was so like smug and like he just reeked of you're such a piece of shit, dude. You're terrible.
Yeah.
But it was like it was good, you know what I mean?
But on the other hand, I think there are still a few voice actors that are not good enough, like Lise.
Yeah, Lise is annoying.
Lise is not. I don't know. It kind of breaks the immersion. I don't know. I didn't like her voice.
I agree, but at the same time, I think it was, in a sense, it was really fitting because she was kind of supposed to be like insecure, hot-headed, you know, like I thought it kind of fit. Like she kind of is just a teenager. I mean, I know she's supposed to be older than that, but she acts a lot like a teenager. You know what I mean? So I thought it was kind of fitting. But I could definitely see where you're coming from for sure. I thought one of my favorite voice actors, besides Xenos, because Xenos was the best voice actor. Let's not even lie. I really loved Fordola's voice also.
Yeah.
I thought she was awesome. Whoever did her voice did a really good job.
Yeah.
A good Yorkshire woman.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't understand her sometimes. It's like, what?
Orange, did you?
Oh, yeah. I also want to point out that Yotsuyu was really well voiced.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She had that evil voice. I liked her a lot.
My favorite voice actor was Thancred. No,
he had a line.
Yeah.
You mean Alfinot?
Yeah, I love Alfinot's voice actor. Where is okay? So why did I don't understand what happened to Thancred? I don't understand why they're suddenly, because he had like this. His story arc is weird because I don't quite know, because he came back from the live stream and he was naked in the Dravanian Interlands, and then he came back. Yeah, that was great. The Nutkin, never forget. And then we don't really never like Thancred is just nothing right now. And in Stormblood, he was just gone. Just like he thought.
Maybe he really was the villain all along, and they're gonna bring it back again.
He disappeared in 3.5.
Yeah, he
completely. Did. And they haven't explained anything.
I think it's just because they don't like him anymore.
Yeah. I think what they're trying to do is make him like a spy character. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why he's not really around. He's always trying to get information. But Yugiri was kind of also like that, but is still in the game. So I don't know.
If they're so terrified, they're terrified of killing characters. But if they really think that the Scions has grown too big, kill one of them.
They
cry.
They just had to they just brought them in the patch that they killed them. Moonbreeder.
Yeah, like Moonbreeder, rest in peace.
Moonbreeder doesn't count.
They'll totally kill Scions, Lukile. They just have to make new ones first and then kill those Scions.
Moonbreeder was alive for an hour She.
Oh,
true.
guys, we still haven't talked about Estinian.
Oh,
Yeah. That's a big.
He was pointless.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
No. I love him.
I expected much
I love
more of him. But
He didn't actually, for the entire thing, introduce himself to us. We never knew he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why he's so awesome.
When I
That's
saw
why-
him the first time, I got so angry because I
I got
thought,
so
oh my
happy.
fucking god, Nidhogg is gonna fucking return. Orange is gonna be right, and I'm gonna kill myself.
And he showed the eyes. He showed the eyes.
And then at the end, and I thought, oh, this was great. And now for the the conclusion, I'm gonna watch the nice cutscene, and then I see fucking Estinian walking down there. I'm like, excuse me?
Well, he kind of is Nidhogg.
And
But he-
Nidhogg is
he
coming back.
I hate
He destroyed.
I
the
hate to
eyes.
break it to you, Lukile.
Nidhogg is inside the.
He destroyed the
Estinian
eyes.
now.
He destroyed the eyes.
No, but
It's
No.
over. It's over.
but
He
Nidhogg is
absorbed
Estinian.
the eyes.
that was only. I have to. This is gonna be so disappointing to you, Lukile. That was only Nidhogg's ether.
Oh,
Nidhogg's like soul and personality is actually inside of Estinian.
someone.
That's why he. That's why he
Nidhogg
keeps
is coming
talking.
back.
That's why he keeps talking like Nidhogg's around.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because Nidhogg is kind of still around.
He's fucking. He's been talking to Nidhogg since fucking 1.0. Estinian
But-
needs to die. Estinian needs
But
to die.
no, he doesn't. He's better than ever.
If he dies, then the soul of Nidhogg will be released and it will manifest
Okay,
again
let's just
into Nidhogg.
Okay, I will say Nidhogg's never coming back.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
He isn't, obviously.
He
But-
is
He will.
He technically
He's
still is.
definitely coming back.
The best dueling from Final Fantasy XIV has to return somehow, right? Maela?
Right.
Yeah, the finalist steps of
But
So- On the topic of Estinian, he's really strong now, huh?
He is
Yeah.
strong. He can cut a metal cannon pipe
Yeah.
in half.
And I love how
He
he was
has
like,
always been that strong. Don't you remember him? Like,
oh, I think he got way stronger once he fused with Nidhogg.
yeah.
'Cause he was like did his, you know, when he does like super jump during the Nidhogg fight,
Oh yeah.
where
yeah.
he like jumps up and then the circles, he dives through the circles. He basically did that to the cannon,
Mm-hmm.
which was like a Nidhogg thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he got way stronger after that.
But what does this mean? Why was he in the main story?
Yeah, it's so random, isn't it?
I think he's, I don't know.
Yeah,
He's literally
I
there for
feel-
no reason.
I feel the same for Imeric. He was there like watching.
Yeah, they didn't even voice act him because they're
No.
like, no.
But I think maybe because that's what I felt like. They just put him in there to just show everyone, okay, Nidhogg is over now. Stop speculating. Nidhogg is dead.
No.
Moving on. That's what I'm hoping.
See, someone in chat says because of Shinryu. I don't think it had anything to do with like.
Yeah, of
I mean,
course,
he was aware of it, but I don't think that was the reason he was there. I think he's just basically a roaming warrior
Yeah.
who's gonna go around trying to help people and make up for everything he's done wrong. You know what I mean? And yeah, he wanted to destroy the eyes, but he even says at the end, he's like, "There's nothing you could do with these eyes anymore. But
yeah.
just to be safe, I'll destroy them." So I don't think that was necessarily his end goal. I mean, yeah, maybe it was, but I think he's there for a different purpose, if you ask me. I think he's gonna. The reason they put him there is because he's gonna be important in upcoming story.
Mm-hmm.
I think specifically he might have something to do with the raids.
Oh,
He's-
fuck no.
He
Yeah.
does look down the hole and he's like, "What's this shit?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe, but I do think that like
dragon.
right, I think definitely gonna have something to do, and that's why he was there. If I'm wrong, then yeah, he was completely pointless and shouldn't have been there. But
I guess we'll see. Maybe that's the next story. Estinian reviving
I would-
Nidhogg.
I wouldn't mind that.
Um,
We'd finally get an Estinian who's not like battling himself constantly. Like he would actually be a normal human for the first time ever. Sorry, a normal Elzen for the first time ever.
mhm.
Which I would actually kind of like to see.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention, by the way, the one of the best voice actors too, Susano. Susanna's
Oh,
voice
yeah, of course,
actor.
yeah.
The rebels begin.
Yeah, he is amazing.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah, just wanted to.
Like Brian Blessed or something.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
Um,
I love how he's the best character in the game. Susano best character for sure. He's just like the whole time he's doing everything, he's like, and now this is what I'm gonna do. Go step over there, please. Like he literally says, like my favorite line is, now cometh our part. Make way.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
it's
nice.
literally like, I'm gonna do a move now. You should get away from me. Like it's like, holy shit, dude, you're so great.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so that's that. Just want to mention one thing that I don't like, which getting serious. There's the lip. I'm still struggling with the lip syncing in this game because more than once did it sort of put me out. It put me off a couple of times. There's some places where it just doesn't work because I've played 14 so much that I usually don't care. But especially in very intense moments or in sad moments, if you turn on the automatic, I have the automatic text thing, so it progresses automatically, and it's just even on the fastest, it's just like a little bit too late. So if you watch it like that, and it's at some points, I was like, okay, this doesn't look too good.
I believe that's because it's designed for the Japanese voices.
Because there are several languages now. There's like
I don't think
German,
it is.
French.
I think it's the same on Japanese.
I think they just make it open and close.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. It's Orange. Or did you mean that it was lip synced in Japanese, Orange?
No, I
No,
mean,
yeah.
it will be a better experience to have the voices in Japanese, because the lip syncing will be better, much better.
Oh, no, I think it's just mouth open close because there are so many languages on the client. So they, instead of spending resources on lip syncing every single language, they instead went for the just open close thing that they are doing right now.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's why. Because
Yeah,
1.0 had lip syncing, but it was only in English and Japanese. Ugh, I might be wrong now. I can't remember. But
I guess
that,
you could be right.
but that one was
I don't know,
actually lip
impressive.
synced. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's. I guess I honestly didn't bother me because I'm just so used to it at
Yeah,
this
me
point.
neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a big deal. I just started to realize that's there's a point though at the very end when they sing the Alamegan anthem, which we have to talk about, by the way. At the very end, at least they lip sync Lisa's mouth so that she doesn't just go blump and then closes it while she's
like,
holding.
going like this
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah. Also, that whole scene was great because you can see only the Alamegans were singing.
Mhm.
I like that little detail that Merlwood and all the other leaders, they didn't sing because they obviously
probably
don't
didn't know
know.
the song.
Yeah, they don't know the
Yeah.
song.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. But about that anthem, was it originally Alamegan or was it
Oh,
originally Garland?
I think it was originally Alamegan, and I think the Garleans used it as major insult to basically, take over the country and then go on top of that, we're going to take things you love and manipulate them towards what we have. You know what I mean? That's how I saw it personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it actually has been confirmed or not, whether that was
Yep.
I can't imagine that being the actual Garlean anthem,
Yeah.
Like-
I agree. Because mostly because I don't think the Alamegans would want to use a
Fuck no.
Garlean anthem.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, so I think it was just the Garlands being the asses that they are and used their. So that was just the anthem for Alamigo, probably, that they used when
Right.
they were in Alamigo.
Mhm.
Just to
that
like,
would be
fuck
pretty
you.
damn insulting. Yeah, exactly. That'd be really insulting
Yeah.
for
Maybe
sure.
it's just a huge coincidence, and they are just
Yeah.
two separate anthems.
They're two
They
different
just
songs.
sound
It just
identical.
sounds slightly identical there. I also like
Yeah.
how the themes were performed because in the Garlean one, it's very like everyone is singing at the same time. It's
Mhm.
perfectly synced. While the Alamegan one is like everyone's like singing in their own pace. It's like you can hear voices overlapping, just like you would in a normal nation when they're singing the national
Right.
anthem.
Especially it's like we haven't sung this in 50
Yeah.
or 20 years.
Yeah.
How does it go again?
Yeah. Someone also said this in chat. I wonder what the anthems for the other city states are. If
They have
them.
anthems?
They
Is it
should
confirmed?
have.
Very similar, probably.
Yeah, everyone is on the same melody. It's just the Aorcian melody.
I don't.
They made it easy.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have them.
That would be weird that Alamigo has one, but not the other ones.
Limso would have to have one. It's
Yeah.
got to be a sea shanty, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
Of course.
Like it has to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine pirates making a city and not having a song about it.
Yeah. True.
That would be so unpirate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Future content, Square Enix, get to it. Make the anthems.
Whole patch 4.2, all about songs.
Yeah.
All about music.
You have to uncover the lost anthems of the city.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
God.
Is there anything else in the main story now that we have forgotten to talk about?
Don't.
Maybe Nero joining the.
Yeah, okay, that's Omega though.
We'll do
Yeah,
that
we
one
can
in a
talk about
minute.
Omega.
Let's just first finish quickly the dungeons. There are a couple of dungeons that we couldn't touch because they were main story related. Doma Castle. How did this? How did you guys find this dungeon? Like in a story perspective.
Amazing.
Story-wise, it was pretty good, yeah.
Mhm.
Dungeon-wise, all three bosses were a little bit too similar for my.
You think so?
I didn't think so.
They all did basically the same mechanics.
The last
Over
one
and
was
over.
The last one was a bit unique though.
The
Yeah,
last
the
one was
last
cool.
one
That
I
guy
get
with
what
the
you're
plaster
saying.
on his face.
Like they all had like the rebound
Yeah,
Yeah.
lines and stuff like that. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
but they were
Um,
good. They were good.
Yeah, I thought as far as story went, it was fantastic. Like
Mm.
it felt like, I guess the equivalent there would be
Yeah, I agree.
the vault, which I actually think this contributing to the story was actually better than the vault. And I'm not speaking lowly of the vault because the vault is fantastic, but no, I thought it was really good. And
Mm.
Because
And
The
this-
only thing
yeah.
I would complain is the music.
it was
I mean,
it's weird.
it's really good, but it doesn't fit the dungeon.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I do have to agree. Yeah,
I
it doesn't
agree.
really
When
fit.
I was like expecting a whip melody, like a whip song,
Mm.
but that was completely out of place.
It's
What
like
the fuck am I listening to?
very
Yeah,
weird.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, I agree.
But overall, I really like the dungeon. It's one of my favorites, if not the most.
Mhm.
So the most important dungeon then, Alamigo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bardam's
Oh yeah, we can actually let's talk about Bardam's Metal first then. We did actually briefly
We-
talk about it last time.
Yeah.
But, again,
Amazing.
it just emphasizes that Asim's step was a great point. Like, cause that's I feel like where they tried the
Yeah.
most new stuff, and the
Mm.
dungeon reflects that with the second boss
yeah.
being just jumping, avoiding stuff.
Still
Yeah,
fun.
there's no
Like
battle.
I've done it so many times and it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
I would like to see a harder version of that implemented
Me
in a
too.
later dungeon.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I actually thought I still have a lot of fun doing that. It's such like you just dodge like 12 things, you get free
Mm.
experience.
Mhm.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Like
And I also like the area that's like immediately after that boss. There's like an Indiana Jones area where like
yeah,
the
that
balls
was
fall
really
down.
cool.
Yeah. It's just a fun. I can't remember. The last boss is a little bit
It's
Meh.
yeah,
Yeah.
anticlimactic
great.
after that second boss, but yeah.
The whole dungeon
Oh,
is
God, yeah, the last
really
boss is
refreshing.
awful.
Yeah, it's not much.
But the first two are pretty cool.
Yeah, they are. So the whole dungeon it's probably my favorite
Yeah.
leveling
Yeah.
dungeon.
Or Siren Song Cove was good as well. It was
Siren
a very
Song's
good, a very good introduction.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
you're right.
totally
Pardon?
unexpected.
Mm.
Bardam is probably my favorite as well, actually, now that I think about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, just to finish the Siren Song Sea thing, it was for like, if you compare it, we have to stop comparing it to Heavensward, but like the first dungeon you encounter in Heavensward is fucking Dusk Vigil.
Beautifully.
Excuse
Dusk
me?
no, I was joking. Nobody likes
Nobody
Dusk Vigil.
likes Dusk Vigil.
Nobody. We can see that clearly.
Yeah. But the second the optional dungeon in Stormblood,
Oh,
I feel
God,
like
yeah, very dull.
is the Dusk Vigil of Stormblood.
Mhm.
Oh, I personally think that
It's good.
Castrum Abania is worse.
Castlevania is okay.
I find it
Oh my
boring.
god, I
Can't really remember it.
I've forgotten all
So-
about that one. Oh god, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that one.
I think people love it because it has references to other Final Fantasy bosses. Like the second one, I don't know
Oh yes, that
what
one, of course. Yeah,
because I haven't played many.
It's Final Fantasy VI, the
Yeah.
dungeon.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty much what it is.
Yeah. It's like the
Yeah.
Magitech factory thing that we
Which
talked about.
dungeon had the scorpion boss in it?
That's Alamigo.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
is
fine.
Alan.
Yeah. The one I like the least, I can clearly say that it's the Temple of the Fist.
No, Lauren, no.
The Temple of the Fist. There's.
Orange, no.
Or,
What?
You're joking.
Are you?
No,
Honestly, I didn't find it that great either.
Are you saying you like it the most or the
No,
least?
the least.
the least.
Oh god, I thought you were seriously saying you like it the most. Like, what?
I was like, why are you so defensive about
Yeah, I
this?
was
man?
like,
No, yeah,
Are
yeah,
you gonna
yeah,
tell
I-
me?
Because when Maela first learned it, we were together and we were like, yeah, this is not as great as the other ones. And now I thought you changed your mind.
No,
The
no,
only-
it was
The
awful.
only cool thing about
believes me. Okay.
Temple of the Fist is the last boss.
The first
last
boss,
is awesome.
the first boss is the
Yeah.
worst boss of the
The
last
first?
3 years in this game.
Yeah.
It's
And we've had Hullbreaker Isle hard.
Yeah.
So bad.
okay, the second worst one.
Yeah.
No, it is worse than that.
But I like one point in that dungeon. That's when you at the top of Ralger's the
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah.
I like
You can
that
just stand
part.
there and enjoy looking.
Yeah.
I'll admit the scenery was awesome.
Yeah.
I had no problem with like the
It's very Amdapori, and I just if
Yes,
this-
it even
first
had
half.
the
I
moss.
knew
half, yeah.
since the first moment I went there that I was going to hate that dungeon because of the Andapor keeping.
I cannot
know,
stand
architecture.
Amdapori design. It
Yeah.
I cannot, and I think it's because I've farmed Lost City of Amdapor for fucking ages at some
we
point.
did that a lot, yeah, in 3.
And Amdapor
the
Keep,
hard mode
obviously.
of Lost City of
Yeah,
That's why I
can't.
don't like Brayflocks.
Oh yeah. Oh god, Brave Flux too. God damn, how awful that dungeon is. If I... Okay, now we're back to A Realm Reborn stuff again.
But yeah, no. Back on track.
yeah.
Alamigo was a really good dungeon. I liked.
Yeah.
I mean, the first boss is kind of whatever.
Which one was the first boss?
That's the Scorpion.
The trouble with that was it didn't do what it did in 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair point.
Like,
Yeah.
Which could have been cool because then you have to everyone has to remember to stop.
Yeah.
And that would be like, okay, cool.
Well,
That would be so bad in the Duty Finder, dude.
That would be amazing.
I
I
was-
to wipe.
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed by Alamigo by the fact that if that was a dungeon, I would have expected to be an 8-man dungeon like Praetorium and much more epic. But
I
don't
know
think
what
they
you
wanna
mean.
do that
my
ever again.
personal thoughts, but
Yeah.
It
I
could
didn't even
be-
I
think
don't-
about that, but
I don't think they want to do 8-man dungeons ever again.
no, not
No,
on the
no.
roulette like that.
But
Because
it will. But don't you think it would be better?
It would
Like,
feel more
Praetorium was
final.
amazing. You had even have to use the magic command in order to advance. So I kind of missed. I was expecting new features like that being added to Alamigo if that was a dungeon, and it was. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed by the polls because they were all the same. I don't know. The bosses were fine, especially the second one and the third one. I even like that mad scientist more than the
I like that
Xenos
part.
fight.
That was clever.
It was really cool. Yeah, I think I'm still torn on it because I didn't want it to be a dungeon. Obviously, I don't think there's very many people
Yeah,
that
'cause we
did
have to
want it
talk
to be a
about
dungeon.
that. Yeah.
I had to say that I laughed a lot when I saw Alamigo being a dungeon.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, Lukey.
Yeah.
Bless you.
The moment I saw it on the duty finder, like it says Alamigo now accessible, I just stared at the screen for a good minute.
Hey, Lukile, at least we got the one part of the quarters that we can go into.
Yeah, which actually it did make it better, but
It did make it better.
when I got to that, what's the area where it's in?
Fringes.
Fringes? Is that?
Oh,
where
no,
it is? No,
no.
the locks.
Locks, yeah.
I saw Alamigo there in the distance, and I thought,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna
But,
have to
you know,
walk over to it and see. And I walked to it, and the moment I got to the gate, the map stopped, and I was like, there we go.
I started getting happy because I was like, I looked on the map and I saw the teleport and I hovered over the teleport. It was like Alamegan Quarters. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, all right,
No,
that could be good.
If that was a city, it will have its own like map, but it didn't have it. So
Yeah.
I knew since the very beginning, because I looked at all the maps, that it wasn't going to be an actual city. And I thought, and I was wrong, that it was going to be a trial. Like we didn't see us in there.
Right.
But well, I guess it's not as good as I expected. But
Is there
It's
still
fine.
hope in
No.
the future, or is this
No.
just the end?
no.
I
We're-
mean,
I
look
think
at
it's
DOMA
it's
as well.
such a waste of city states.
I think we're gonna be using the Alamegan Quarters a lot in the upcoming patches.
Really?
I do. I mean, there's an 8th right there, and there's not like literally nothing happens there.
Oh,
There has to be a reason that there's an 8th right there, and I
Yeah.
feel like it's more
It's
for
not
future.
Idleshire, is it?
It's oh god.
No,
No,
it's not.
that's. But I
Um,
have to say though that when you look at the Alamegan Quarters, it's like they've wasted like the design. I like the design of the Alamegan Quarters. It's like they wasted all that just for a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't think I can get over
Self-Fatal
that.
Yeah,
is a dungeon.
Self-Fatal.
Is a dungeon.
Fucking self.
Garlemald is going to be a dungeon.
this is
Just Elsabard is one dungeon.
What if we don't?
incredibly hopeful, and this is probably not realistic, but maybe there's hope, Lukile. Maybe
Yeah.
because there's a bunch of parts on the map on Authard that we have not seen yet. Right? We haven't seen the burn. We haven't seen those mountains. We haven't seen a lot of stuff.
Mm.
Either
I
that's next expansion. I guess it could be next expansion, or maybe they're gonna give us some zones in some of the patches.
You see, we've sort of talked about this before, but there are some parts like Thavnair and as you said, the parts of Author that we haven't seen. It could be that they might add, because I mean we all know this, we're only getting one dungeon on odd numbered patches, and the budget for Stormblood is higher than in Heavensward, so I'm still hoping, because Thavnair has an embassy in Kugane, which, by the way, why does Eorzea not have one?
Well, they do. That's Ul'dah,
Does Ul'dah represent Eorzea?
pretty much.
Well,
yeah.
I guess one city-state had to do it, but it's
Well,
not
and
like,
they're the only ones. They're the only ones interested in trade, really.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like Gridani is like, stay the fuck out of my forest, and
Limsa
Limsa will just shoot you and steal your stuff. So
yeah, I guess.
Gemsa has the whole of the New World to trade with. So
Oh yeah,
they don't care.
Also, one last thing about Alamigo is that when you are about to, when you just unlock the dungeon, there is a gap, like a hole in the door that you could perfectly go in there, but you can't. It's like an invisible wall, and that made me a little bit annoyed. I don't know.
yeah,
it's true.
It's
Especially
really
when you enter
huge.
the dungeon.
That hole is really huge.
yeah.
Especially when you enter the dungeon and look back and you're like, yeah, I definitely came through that hole. Come on.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm not that sad. I'm not as sad as I thought I would be that Alamigo is a dungeon.
Me neither.
Um,
I coped with it better than I thought I would.
Yeah. But it's like the more I think about it, the more I get a little bit sadder, because it is a pretty huge area and it looks so cool from the outside.
I mean,
yeah, the architecture was lovely.
Yeah.
As you said, Lukile, it's like one of the 5 major cities. I mean, it's the only other city-state in Eorzea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have those 5, and we only get to go to 4 of them.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys.
Well-
We have little Alamigo still
We only get to.
playable.
Why must you do this?
You
Aaron?
can pretend it's Alamigo. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Why? Why must you do this? Aaron?
It has an etherite and everything. Everything you need.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, we can't do any. Well, let's just hope that maybe one day we can go in
I
there.
don't care about it.
You don't care. Okay. I don't think there's any point in talking about the trials. We've sort of already talked about them.
Yeah, maybe Shinryu a little bit.
What? Shinryu?
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't already talk about
Pronounce-
Shinryu,
I can't pronounce that fucking name.
Oh yeah, of course.
Shin-
That is an
the only
amazing
good
fight.
trial.
that is a perfect way to end the main scenario.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Because it
Thoron,
was difficult.
comparing it to Thoron, it was like as amazing as it was Thoron,
Mhm.
but this time the difficulty was unfair.
Yeah.
It was a really good made trial.
It put Thorn to shame.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying
I
Thorn's
don't
bad.
think so.
Thorn's
No.
good.
Thorn is good.
This fight was so much better than Thorn in every single respect.
Mechanic wise, maybe, but
Music wise, it was way better.
Oh yeah, the music.
no.
The actual
Music wise
I-
was
listen,
amazing,
Orange,
but
I
Thoron
love-
was amazing too.
Orange, I love Thorn's music. I'm not saying it's bad, but this was so good.
Yeah.
And on top of that, who's cooler? Some giant dragon infused with the villain, or some old man with a beard and a staff? You know, like which is cooler?
Yeah. I mean, the visuals for Thorn, I have to say, I have to give props for that. The final face
Lights
thing
come
that
out.
he's
Oh, that
doing.
thing where it shatters.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. But I mean,
But-
Shinryu had a pretty awesome face transition
was
as well.
rainbow-
It's like you easily forget about what you played with in Heavensward.
No, I think
There was
I think
rainbow
The first
light.
time I went into Thor and my mind was
Orange.
blown out.
This is what we call rose-tinted glasses, because you're so stuck on Heaven's Word. Heaven's Word was amazing. This was this is probably the best fight they've ever put into 14.
of course, and I've said that, but
Yeah.
please don't make Thorn feel like a
that doesn't-
shitty fight. It's not.
No, Thorn's great.
It doesn't
Thorn's a
mean
great
that
fight.
Thorn is bad. It means
Just
that
saying, like-
Shinryu is better.
Right, exactly. Dude, there was rainbow lightning in Shinryu.
Yeah.
Rainbow lightning.
It's not like we're shitting on Heaven's Word. We're just
No,
saying that it's
No,
better.
no. Mechanic wise, Shinryu was much better than Thorn. But
Yeah.
It basically
The
had
rest
every
is-
single alt.
And also, as chat is pointing out, Shinryu has 2 songs. There were 2 different, because when it goes
Well,
into the face
actually,
transition, it's
first
changed it
phase
completely.
one. The first phase one is the song that it's played when you saw the cutscene fighting Omega and Shinryu. So
Yep.
it's not a new one.
Well, but
Right.
it is the first one used in a trial. It's not like a
Right.
reused battle theme. It was used in a cutscene.
I
it
guess,
is
yeah.
Shinryu's theme.
I mean, it's the and I told you that the first phase music was the one I loved the most in Stormblood. I really like that song for some reason.
Mhm.
But yeah, Thorinson was amazing as well. I can choose.
So I have a nice little segue, but we have to, because where are we fighting in the second phase? Is it related now? Now we can actually, because I asked that question before Omega was released. Where
There's
the
no
fuck
way.
are we?
There's no way it's the Rift.
Yeah,
After we've had the
seeing
Rift
the
explained
Rift,
to us,
it isn't.
and
the Rift.
and after it's been explained,
Mhm.
it's actually impossible.
Yeah. So
Where are we?
where are we?
Space.
No fucking clue. No clue at all.
It's just that's
Garlemald,
Gar-
yeah.
Garlemald's a little bit different from what I thought it was.
That's crazy. That's where cerulean.
Okay,
That was
okay,
cerulean.
we all
It's
know
just
that
ceruleum everywhere.
we are fighting inside Nidhogg's body.
Yeah. He is made out of Nidhogg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that could be possible.
He's sort of 60% Nidhogg.
Speaking
yeah, I
of the
don't-
Rift,
To be fair, Lukile, you say, "Oh God, I hate fighting Nidhogg," but technically, Shinryu is Nidhogg.
Yeah.
Guys, you never thought of one thing though. What happened to Shinryu's eyes?
Exactly.
there we go.
The cycle begins.
Oh God, yeah, he's coming back.
I also want to say about that fight. What do you think about the smashing button mechanic?
Oh, it's very simple, except for all those poor Spanish
Yeah, but
people.
do you remember the guys we played with?
Yes, I remember the guys. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys.
But at
Come
least-
on.
I don't have any other word.
Yeah.
I know, I agree.
Okay, let's get to Omega. Released how long ago? Tuesday.
On Tuesday
This
this week.
yeah. What do we think about this? I just have to say that Nero is amazing.
He is.
I love
amazing.
him too. I get so much shit for saying that he's awesome. People are like,
He
he's the
is.
worst. He's such an asshole. I'm like, that's why he's so good.
Yeah.
He's such a
You
piece
know,
of
but
shit.
I agree with you guys, but it's like every time I see his face, I think it's made of plastic.
Yeah, I kind of
Don't
see
you-
what you mean in a weird way. Yeah, his
It's
face
like
is
really
weird.
weird made face. But But yeah, besides
I
that,
don't
it's a
know.
really good
I don't quite
character.
know what you mean, but I also know what you mean in a weird way. I have to say one thing though. I wish they were voiced.
Yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't, but
Never Sylvester Stallone.
Don't ruin him.
My Sylvester Stallone.
yeah, okay. Yeah. But other than that, let's break it down a bit. It's a bit. I have to say one thing. We learn that Omega is not of this world. It's not of Allegan design.
Which I kind of assumed.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
But that confirms one thing we were talking about actually before. Whereas I said, oh, this might, because again, Omega and Shinryu, probably not the Shinryu we fought, but a version, probably the real version of Shinryu, the one that wasn't created by Nidhogg, obviously. Those have actually come from other games. They hop all around, right?
Yeah.
This kind of makes sense why Omega is actually the same Omega from the previous games.
Yeah,
right?
It ties in with the
Because
rest of the
just-
franchise. Yeah.
And that's
Why
why
I-
he's thinking of the creatures from those games.
Well, that's where it gets a little hazy because those are actually myths made on Hydaelyn.
Yeah.
So it gets a little bit weird.
I don't know why they put that in there.
I don't know either.
I feel like it didn't need that part put in, but
I think it was a way of being like, it's okay, guys, we're going to justify it.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, but I don't care. It's fan service. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, did they go, guys, Knights of the Round actually has a very logical reason. It's not just 12 knights. That's no. Like, you don't need to do it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because they've already sort of given us the explanation with Omega. He's not from here. He jumps around everywhere. So why can't everything else be from everywhere?
Right. That could have been the answer right
yeah.
there.
So, but we also have to talk about the bosses here because they sort of went like what I feel like a full circle with 5 because they ended with X Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at
shocked.
first I was like, I called it, dude. They're doing all the 13 fiends.
Yeah.
And then they did 3 fiends and ended it. And I was like, oh shit. Like I knew X Death was gonna be in the raid. Did I expect him to be number 4? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So the question then is, are they gonna go completely crazy here and start putting other games in here? Maybe this was the 5
Honestly,
theme, and then the next is
I think it might.
Kefka, please give us a 6-1, please. I want to fight Kefka. There's also like the possibility that we can fight Neo X Death.
And
Oh,
Adia.
We're going to.
Yeah.
No, not a Dia. I was gonna say that ironically. I couldn't even say it ironically.
Fight Adia. Yes, let's do that. Maybe Alex. Oh no, wait. Anyway.
One funny thing about
Lukile.
is that because
You forgot the whole raid from the last expect. Maybe we could do Phoenix Alexander. Oh.
That was a joke, by the way. I knew that. We can fight Sephiroth. That would be cool.
No,
It wouldn't be cool. That would be
never
too.
will.
Yeah. That.
one funny
Never.
thing that happened to me is that when you guys get hyped because there are a lot of Final Fantasy bosses, and the only Final Fantasy game that I remember 100% is 13. Like, why don't they add any Final Fantasy 13?
You want to fight Barcandalis? That'd be the most shit thing ever.
Well, so
Maybe-
they actually named a boss that was in 13 to a mob in Omega, which was Baldanders. Baldanders was the villain in the original 13 game, and the moment I saw those shitty ads named the same as him, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
Why
all,
can't I be pleased for once?"
That's all they deserve. That's all.
Yeah,
our
I'm-
game
I'm-
deserves.
That's the thing, though. I don't hate 13 Orange. Bartandalis is garbage. That was he was garbage.
Fuck you! No, fuck you, really. I'm not taking this one.
I'm not taking.
To be fair with you, Orange, I mean, I haven't played most of the Final Fantasy games for like a decade, so I can barely remember most of these new bosses. So the fan service doesn't really work on me that well either.
Yeah, I agree
But
that
X-Death
it's.
was kind of perfect.
Yeah, except it's very iconic. So, but it's. I do agree though. I feel like they probably should go higher up in the numbers for the fan service now because.
They could get away with 4 pretty easily because a lot of people played 4 because it was on Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah, but still, it's like
So-
the lower, like the oldest part of the
They
demographic.
need to basically be doing. They need to be doing like 10, 12, and 13 at some point.
Or at
Well,
least
10 you
start
can't really
at-
do.
No, 10 will be difficult, I guess. But I mean, you
I
could.
suppose they could have like Quetzalcoatl. Was that
Hmm,
in this yet?
I
That,
know.
see, that'd probably be better as a summon, though, right? Or as a
Yeah,
primal.
Yeah.
Well, it's all the same. I mean, let's be honest. The first 2 fights of Omega were primals.
Mm.
Yeah, let's
Because they
talk
were
about the
that bad.
fights. The first one,
Awful.
Boring. Just
It
boring.
was
one
So
It
bad.
was-
was a cookie
Like,
cutter,
Why
just
do you
primal.
keep adding awful turns?
I know.
Or
and
normal,
You
at
don't,
least.
Okay,
you
okay.
don't need to do 4 bosses and have like, oh, this is rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish. Not bad. Good. Doesn't always have to be that.
That's a fair point.
You nailed it.
I think it was that easy because they, like, as they've said multiple times, this is going to be the first raid tier ever that actually escalates in difficulty the entire time,
But-
right?
mm,
There is
I think they
nothing-
were like, this is easy, so don't you dare say anything is easier than this.
Yeah.
Like,
but there isn't anything that you cannot describe with AOE's in that fight.
Mhm.
we're talking about the first one right now, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
That's like you're not adding anything new to the fight. Why are you adding it?
yeah, it was boring.
I agree
It's
that
well-
one was pretty lame. And it was not something that blew you away, which was sad because that's like the first introduction to the raid, and it's like, oh, I've fought this before. It felt like you'd fought this before. There were a couple, like the fireball mechanic where you had to like make sure that you knew which one had spawned first so you could position properly, which I think was okay. But other than that, there wasn't really much happening in that fight.
It was just. It was the trouble with the first 2 was that it was just one phase on repeat, basically.
Yeah, let's talk about the second one then.
But
Uh,
how did you guys feel after defeating the first one? Did you get disappointed?
Sad.
I wasn't really disappointed because I knew it was gonna.
Why would I be disappointed? I just started. I would be disappointed if the same fight repeated 4
Yeah.
floors.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If you thought that was going to happen,
I was
No,
more curious than anything. Like, is this the level we're on?
I mean, the first ones of Alexander were always very easy as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like the
but my-
oppressor, like that. Like the oppressor was such a boring fight.
Yeah.
in my
So-
opinion, sort of from expansion to expansion, it should increase in amazingness as well. So I was comparing it to Creator, and I was thinking it has to be better than Creator. Every fight has to be better than Creator,
I think the
and
same
it
way.
wasn't.
That's kind of unrealistic, though.
But it shouldn't be because the development team are constantly improving themselves.
Exactly.
So they should be able to make it better.
But how would they do that? Because I mean, eventually it would be impossible to
Well,
make
the-
raids.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, it's
the third and
unrealistic.
the fourth one, they were really good fights. They were new and exciting, and they were really well made.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the first 2 have to be,
I don't think
worse than
I'm
Sastasha?
pretty sure this was just them fucking up, I guess. But
Maybe.
No,
I
if
don't
you
think they
compare
went like.
that-
I don't think the dev team sat down and were like, "Let's make Omega." So a fight everyone is looking forward to. The first 2 has to be really shit, and then we make it kind of good with the third, and then we make X Death on the last one, guys. Let's do that. I don't think they
Yeah.
did that. I think this is just the community reacting differently to the
We
content.
No,
also need to keep in
But
mind.
the dev team is not doing the same with the dungeons. They could have done a shitty 61 dungeon, a less shitty 63 dungeon. They are all like better or the same as Heaven's.
Mm.
I think your
They keep
mindset is a little bit
improving from the
weird.
beginning.
I don't think they sit down and say, "Let's make a bad dungeon."
No, I don't.
So like,
No, they
61.
shouldn't.
That has to be a
They
bad
should be aware
dungeon.
that they
Remember,
haven't-
guys.
They should be aware that they haven't implemented anything new. That's what I'm saying.
You got to keep this in mind, though. These fights are designed with Savage in mind,
Yeah.
not normal mode.
And I do. I
Like,
also
normal
felt-
modes are extremely dumbed down versions of Savage, not the other way around.
Yeah.
You know, Savage isn't cranked up normal modes.
Mhm.
Normal modes are easy Savage modes. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
So-
understand your point. But yeah, but
So-
Especially-
new mechanics don't mean being hard.
Mm.
Mm.
No, but they're with like the first boss of Savage mode of this fight could be completely different in
For
like,
sure.
yeah. So
Yeah,
you
that's-
have to keep in mind that this is meant for the casuals that just wanted the story. That's what the
Oh, yeah.
normal mode is always.
But why
been.
don't they add like I have to bring it up here. The in the third fight where you go to the sand area. Why don't they add more mechanics like that one? Because it's so cool.
But I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I know. I don't know. We're gonna have to ask.
Why do we
Hideki
only
for
have
that.
to love just one of them and not the entire set of 4?
I definitely get what you're saying. I think it would be best to wait until Savage comes out to really judge it, because I agree if the first, specifically the first one, I think the second one will be fine in Savage, but specifically the first fight, if it's really that bad in Savage, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I got to imagine they're going to change something. It can't just be, here's a fireball, we're going to move the fireball, make sure you don't get hit. Like if that's the whole fight in
More
Savage,
fireballs, more speed, more.
right?
Yeah. Let's quickly. That was the first one. The second one was. Is it Catastrophe? Is that what it's called?
Catastrophe, yeah, that one had a fairly interesting.
I can see the Savage mode on that one being different. Like, because again, it's like with these fights, you can see the Savage potential. With this
Making
one,
it insta.
yeah, they have this one utilizes the duty action thing. The same thing we saw in Lakshmi, but I think it's utilized better in this fight than in Lakshmi.
Very much so.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
you actually have to like figure out when to use it, and if because I thought, oh, I can just use it all the time, but no, you can't, because
No, because
sometimes they
but
spawn
one,
AoEs. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
And I also want to say that the boss model looks amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Really
one was
well made.
cool.
I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a side note, but I actually loved because I've played Final Fantasy V many times, and it was actually unbelievably satisfying seeing these weird little sprites get into a full out good looking model, which is something Final Fantasy fans always want. They're always crying for it. Give me high res Final Fantasy blah whatever, because they've said it with every single one that's ever existed. And it's actually like finally happened. It's not the game isn't high res. Obviously they're not gonna remake Final Fantasy V. That game's not even that good. Sorry. But it was like to see some of these characters in a new setting that isn't just the
must be
famous
amazing.
characters.
Yeah.
Because obviously we've seen X-Death in like stuff like Dissidia and stuff.
Yeah.
But to see like these random other bosses that really no one cares about, to see them in a new light I think that's really cool. And I saw Catastrophe and I'm like, I remember fighting this guy in a jail cell.
Yeah.
That was cool. Like I'm glad I saw you.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've done a really good, like, it's very well detailed. The character design and models in this game are really good. Third one, they've changed do I remember this wrong, but wasn't this a male in 5, or am I?
It was totally ambiguous in 5.
Okay, so it was just like, because I always figured it was a man, but I guess
it was. I honestly thought it was a man when I played through 5 as well.
Yeah. It's the most British boss we've encountered this far. She's drinking tea all the time.
It doesn't give you the kiss of death though, which she does in 5. Remember, because she's like that woman that kisses you on the cheek.
Oh yeah.
And then like later she's like, "Bitch, you're not allowed to leave now."
True. But that fight really.
That was a good fight.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Trying a lot of new stuff there, and I can see in Savage that's gonna be hectic as fuck. Because that arena, because in the normal mode, the arena sort of changes, and there's always the same pattern of the blue tiles. That's obviously going to change in Savage. Yeah. There's also
one thing that I don't know, the sand pattern is the same for every fight.
Yeah.
You only spawn in different corners randomly, I heard, but I've only on.
But the arena is the same.
But what?
Yeah.
Is the arena the same?
Always.
Yeah.
What I think they should do with that one in Savage is make it individual though, because you can just follow the leader.
Yeah,
and then...
that would be.
yeah.
But
that's very true.
Maybe it's like in Savage, it's probably gonna be randomized. The path.
And faster, I guess, because you have a lot of time to get out of that arena.
Yeah, true.
And I'm just thinking for Savage, like how many different types of floor tiles are they gonna add for
Oh yeah.
for the whole like get to your quadrant mechanic. They're gonna add lots, right?
Yeah,
I
hope so.
think what they'll probably do is instead of it having the 2 DPS and the healer and the tank, there'll be like 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS all around the room,
Mm,
and you'll have to have like 1 on each or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it won't be around the center. Yeah, it
Yeah.
could. They could even. No, they wouldn't do that. I was gonna say they could make it like range DPS or
Yeah.
something, or like mages, but
Oh,
I
that
don't
would be
think
interesting.
they could do that. But then what if you don't bring one, right?
oh yeah.
It could alternate, could like decide based on your group composition which ones to pick.
That's true. Yeah, that'd be really cool. But no, I like that fight in a lot actually.
Yeah. it was
I
really
think
good.
it was the only fight I wiped on.
Yeah,
It's a fight you
Same.
really feel that you love it.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
what
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was really good. And then there's X Death.
Really good fight.
It was good. It's very hectic, especially first time you're doing it, because there's especially like with that one mechanic where you have to see what if he's reaching into that void thing, if he's gonna do an empowered version of his attack or not.
My problem with X Death is it was tuned way too low. Like way too low. I thought they should have like the damage. I know people are saying the auto attacks get crazy. Yeah, they do. But I solo tanked that fight the first time I did it. Like
Yeah.
there's supposed to be a tank swap in there. You don't need to tank swap whatsoever. It's
Oh,
just
really?
Probably. Yeah. True.
I mean, I swapped with the off tank when I did it, but I
yeah.
didn't know
I
it was possible.
the first time I was like, oh, we should probably swap. But I had eaten like 4 tank busters in a row, and I was like, yeah, you should probably provoke. Second time I did it, the tank busters didn't hit me for half my health. Just with proper cooldowns. It was way too like. I'm sorry, with 2 stacks of lightning vulnerability, that should have been a 1-shot.
Yeah.
It should have been a 1-shot.
Yeah.
You know
Maybe
what I mean?
it's just a 10% increase in damage,
It must be.
like a vulnerability debuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I know I've said this a lot of times to Lukile and Maela, but the only thing I don't like about XDeath is that it has the same model of Thorn, the same attacks. I mean, the animation, the pose with the sword like this. It's like they recycled a really iconic boss in
To
the
be
game.
fair, that is how X-Death
Yeah.
stood in.
That is his pose.
Yeah,
so
I don't know about him because I
It's
never.
almost like they took X Death and put that on Thornton.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that is his pose.
I was watching Thorn there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the fight was really fun and good.
Yeah.
I liked the third fight more than the fourth one, but it's still good.
I think I agree. I think I like the third one more than X-Death as well.
The third probably tried more new things than XF did.
Yeah.
But they were
Exactly.
both really enjoyable fights.
But X Death is gonna be a pain in Savage. I can already tell.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Before
Especially because if you notice, he doesn't really have like an ult per se. Like he kind of does, but it's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna say it. His transition from regular X-Death to Neo X-Death is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Also, I expect him to look like an absolute monster if he looks anything like he does. Where he'll probably become that tree, I would assume.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Neo X-Death technically is
Yeah.
like the tree with the weird derp face on it.
Yeah.
I assume it's probably gonna be real cool. I'm actually excited. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, me too. So that's in 2 weeks. Well, actually, less than that. A week and a half. Less than that. Whatever. A week and a half. Yeah. So I think that's all. We've actually gone over time today. Is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up? Anything we forgot?
Doesn't look like it.
No, it does not look like it. Okay. I guess it's time to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching this 51st episode of Speakers of Heidelin. I'm Lukile Bravestone. I've been joined by Maela Vanadar, Yaspot, and for the last time, Orange Caramel. So we're going to sign off now. And remember to follow us. You know where to follow us and all that. And I'll see you next week. Bye, Arisians.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Well, that's him. That's just the Hammer Man.
What?
the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
Oh wow, you fell down.
Yeah. Oh, you can see me.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh my
Hello.
god. What a lovely couple we are.
Oh shit, where am I?
Where did you go?
I'm already on the ship.
Okay, so this is a click to walk game. What do we do?
Oh my god.
For the first time ever, Orange Caramel.
Commanders are so
Rage.
OP. They have to be nerfed.
Nerfed?
That is the most
no.
OP.
What the fuck? Wait. What?
Come on, we don't even know what to do.
Yeah, but that's the point. You don't know the fight.
What's the point of
Orange. You
What's
always
the point of
complain.
rating them?
You
Why
would have
did they
complained.
enrage?
You would have complained if they said, "Oh, they explained the fight. They told us how to do it."
No,
And now
why
you're
did they enrage at the first place?
Realm. And then he died.
Oh, just
Sure.
be like,
What? Goodness gracious. Orange's house is falling apart.
My chocolate milkshake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
By the way, this guy is the cause of my allergy. This guy over here is the reason that I've been.
We're slipping. We're slipping.
He plays well.
Orange is now holding up his dog.
He's a well player.
And
He's a well player. Oh my god.
The world has come to an end.
I love Final Fantasy 13.
Thank you for watching this episode of Speakers of Eidolon. If you want to watch the show live, the show runs live every Saturday at 7 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. PDT on twitch.tv/Speakers of Eidolon and on youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. If you want to support the show, consider pledging to our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.